Folks, see, I just can't help it. When every time I think about all of this, I just get so excited. I've been doing this for 14 years. I developed the 4 pillars of financial freedom, teaching people how to eliminate debt, create wealth, plan a legacy, and pass their estate on their kids tax-free, and how to plan a healthy retirement. But the one that's got us right now today, this is the most popular. It used to be here. Why? If I knew you were going to lose $10,000 or more, would you want me to tell you? Most people say, yeah, I would. I have a second question to that. Do you know anyone that needs money for anything? And when I ask that question, people usually say, me. I just did a search this morning on the internet, and I put in there paycheck to paycheck. Over 3 million results. People are living paycheck to paycheck with very limited or no savings and are at a greater financial risk if they suddenly find themselves unemployed. 10% of those making $100,000 or more say they can't make ends meet. Most people say they are in debt and they just can't get out of it. 78% of all workers say they're living paycheck to paycheck to make ends meet. 37% of the people out there don't have any reserve. If they blow a tire, they don't know how they're going to make it and get those new tires. They have to either get it from a friend or not pay a bill so they have the tires so they can get to work. So as we go through this, I want to share some things with you that are important. Yes, we can help people that are in debt. When we set together a project, I always want to know, what is their project? What is it they want to do? Because people are poor and they want to know how to get out of debt. And it's kind of tough today, but we can increase the income. You know, being poor is something that's been in our country from the very beginning. When the Statue of Liberty was built, they needed to raise the money for that. They needed $100,000. New York City said, we can't do it. We don't have it. The fellow that owned the local newspaper said, I'm going to put an ad in the paper. He put an ad in the paper, and he said, we're taking donations for the Statue of Liberty. They raised $100,000 from 117,000 people. That means the average donation was under $1. People were sending in their nickels and dimes and quarters, and they were giving it to the newspaper people to take and turn it into the office. And so that's what happened. But it's better than that, okay? Today, we don't need the newspapers. We have social media. We can raise more money in less time than it was done back then. How? I talked to Mitch. I said, Mitch, you know anybody that needs money for anything? He said, yeah, the veterans. And I said, would you like to help them? He said, that's what I'm trying to do. I said, I'm going to show you a way that you can help them earn a full-time living working from home. So if they can't walk or they've lost a limb and they can work from home and use a computer and they know somebody that has one, they're going to be able to do this. Talk to Gloria next. And Gloria has a ministry, and she feeds hungry people. She grows her own garden. She takes his stuff to the farmer's market. She sells it, whatever is left, she gives to people that have a need. She doesn't charge them anything for it. And I said, Gloria, how can I help you? And she said, Jim, she said, I'm running out of food. I asked the other farmers if they would donate their food to me, because if they don't donate it, any food that won't keep a week till next market, they donate it. Why? Well, because they get a tax credit. The other choice is let it rot. And so I'm able to deliver that. And I keep getting more and more people because others tell others about it. And she said, I'd like to start a food co-op. Pastor came to me and he said, Jim, I'd like to teach your debt elimination class to our congregation to help them get out of debt. And I said, Pastor, the problem is bigger than that. I can help you not only show them how to get out of debt, but how to pay off their mortgage. And if they would just do a very simple program, teach and learn the power of two, all we need is for everybody we know to refer 2 people, and we can show you how to pay your mortgage off and all of your other debt. Bob came to me and he said, Jim, he said, we need to raise money for our Little League team. You got any ideas? I said, Bob, I sure do. I said, you got to quit doing it the way you're doing it. I said, going around and selling candy bars is not going to raise the kind of money that you need. He told me they needed to raise $1 million to build a new ballpark for the Challengers. And so I said, but I do have a way to help you do that. How many of these kids are going to grow up and go to college? He said, well, most of them. How many of them are going to get married? Well, most of them. Do you suppose that their parents would like to have that money in reserve for them when it happens? Well, yeah. I said, all they have to do is make a donation to the Little League, and then in return, they're going to be able to raise money for a project of their own. I'll explain that as we go through here later. How about retirement? These people want to build a retirement home and they're making their plans, but they're not sure they have enough money to do it. We can help them increase that income to build that home. I had a lady call me and they wanted to go on vacation. They wanted to take their kids and family on vacation, and they wanted to take nieces, nephews, the whole family. And she said, is it wrong to raise money for that? I said, you can raise money for whatever you want. I said, because we don't depend upon the donations that people are giving for that project. You see, we support one another's project. You can do what you want with the money as long as it's legal and that we can fund it. And so, yes, you can take your family and go to Disney World. You know, we just got done talking about kids going to college, but what about the people that already have student loans? Do you want to get rid of those? They've been around for a long time, haven't they? Well, we can help you do that. A lot of people would like to pay off their mortgage. It's a brand new house being built. This is a great thing that you can do. Get rid of that mortgage. Or I talked to a guy last week and he said, Jim, he said, I'd like to get the money to be able to buy a house. He said, I'm renting. This is one of Mitch's customers. She said that she needed a $42,000 operation and didn't know how she was going to be able to do it, where she was going to get the money from. Folks, if you ever had a medical emergency, or maybe you've been putting off something you need to have done because you can't afford it, it doesn't matter if it's $300, $3,000, $30,000, or $300,000, we can help. If you're working a business or you want to start your business and expand your business, we can help you pay that off. We can help you pay your business off, get yourself started. But if you're an employee, you still need to think about having a home-based business. Why? Because when you have a home-based business, did you know that you can deduct the money and save some money by having a home-based business? Because it's worth $2,000, $10,000 a year to you to have a home-based business. It's your money. Now you need to learn how to keep more of it. We've got over 40 videos that will show you how to do that. You're going to be able to take your computer and turn it into a cash machine. And I mean, because of the internet and the way things are going right now, people can send you money immediately. Just by working 45 minutes a day, 4 days a week from home, you qualify to buy a new computer and deduct it from your taxes. Let's start making money for you. When I say work from home, how's that going to save you money? Because you're going to have tax deductions you never thought possible. When you qualify by having a home-based business and your purpose is to make a profit, you can deduct part of your mortgage interest, your general repairs, your utilities, your lawn care, homeowners insurance, real estate taxes, utilities, depreciation of your home. Not only that, your office expenses, your computer, your furniture, your internet, your equipment, your office supplies, your paper. Oh, you thought that was good news, didn't you? Folks, I hope you're excited now because you've got in your hands the power to do that. And when you take a look at our compensation video, remember the Statue of Liberty I told you about? That was first fundraising project? They raised $100,000 from 117,000 people. We can do that with only reaching 128, 123 people. And we'll show you how that's done in our next video on how our compensation program works and how we work together as a team to get the job done. And it's all done by the power of two. You tell two people, who tell two people, who tell two people, and that's what makes this so successful. And we're talking about a steady monthly income, not a one-time income.